Hi everyone! Obviously, I'm not in Zoom with you because you're watching a video of me. So I had to take the boys to an eye exam. So if you are in my 4th grade class, you get to have fun with Mrs. Miller and my sub. If you're in my 5th grade class, you get to have fun with my sub. And you are going to drop Baby Yoda with the video version of Mrs. Bodden. So what I need you to do, I need you to grab your materials. Piece of paper. We're going tall way this time. Tall way. Pencil. Eraser. Colors. And yes, these are my daughter's colors. If you don't have color crayons, markers work, colored pencils work. Anything that you are able to color with will be just fine. Now, super important that you give the sub and Mrs. Miller feedback as you watch this video. I'm not going to be there to slow down. I'm not going to be there for you to tell me that I'm going too fast. So you need to tell them that I'm going too fast and they will pause my video for me. Okay? So give me a thumbs up if you got that. Thumbs up, yeah. So in just a second, I'm going to swap cameras. So you're going to be looking at my document camera. If you don't have your materials, quick, run, get them. You should have come to class with them. But if you didn't, quickly run and get them. You need a piece of paper, pencil, eraser, and colors of some sort. While you are doing that, I'm going to pause our video and I'm going to switch cameras. Okay, I'm back. Are you? Do I need to wait another second or two? I'll give you guys another few seconds to get your supplies. If you've got them, that's awesome. Hang tight. We're going to wait a few more seconds for everybody else to catch up. So go ahead and set your pencil and eraser aside. We're not going to need them right away. We're going to take our paper and work with our paper. So normally right now I would ask you to give me that thumbs up because you can see my video or my camera. Well, since it's a video, hopefully you can still see my paper. If you can see my paper, give me that thumbs up. Awesome. So Mrs. Miller and our sub can figure that out. Okay, so we're going to take our paper. Again, I said tall way. So we're going to fold it in half, top to bottom. So fold it in half, top to bottom, just like we normally do. Open it back up. We're going to fold it in half, side to side. Open it back up. Give me a thumbs up when you've got yours this far. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you have to let the substitute and Mrs. Miller know. We're going to do 2 extra folds for this drawing. And that's just so that we can make sure we keep Baby Yoda in the right space. So we're going to take the left or the right side and we're going to fold it into the middle. So we're going to fold the right half of our paper into half. And then we're going to take the left side and we're going to fold it into the middle as well. So when we open up our paper, we now have more rectangles. As my camera focuses, there we go. So we are now going to have more rectangles this time than we normally do. Usually we have 4. I want you to count your rectangles right now. And I want you to check and see how many you have. When you know how many you have, go ahead and hold up your fingers so that we can make sure we all have the same number. So you should be counting. And how many do we have? Everybody should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the reason we need 8 is because Baby Yoda, his body and his head are all going to be just in this middle area. His ears are the only thing that's going to be over here, really. We'll get a little bit of his arm down here, but mostly this area is just so that you can make sure you have enough room for his ears. So we are going to start drawing today just in the top half. So everything from this line up, or that fold up, is where we're going to start today. So we're going to start, and we don't want our first 2 lines to go all the way out to here. We want them to be in even further. Because if they come out past here, we're not going to have enough room for Baby Yoda's head. Or sorry, for Baby Yoda's ears. And we want to make sure we have room for his ears. So we're going to start on the middle line, that middle fold. And I'm going to turn my camera just a little bit so it looks more straight up and down for you guys. We're going to come not quite halfway. So right about here is halfway. I'm going to come down just a little bit, and I'm going to make a mark right here, because that's going to be the middle from where I'm going to start. And like I said, we don't want to come all the way over. So I'm going to come to this line, and I'm going to come up from my middle line, and I'm going to make just a little mark right here. So not a super big mark, just a little one. I'll scoot my camera down so you can see that a little bit better. So I came in from this line and up from the bottom line just a little bit. I'm going to do the same for this side. So on my right side, I'm going to come up a little bit, and I'm going to come in. I'm going to make a dot. Now, these are guides. So this is spots where our lines are going to stop. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to curve down to here. And then I'm going to start here, and I'm going to curve down to here. And it's going to look like an upside down U, or an upside down bowl. So we're going to start there, and we're going to curve it down. And I missed my mark. Uh-oh. Oh well. I'll erase it and move it over. Don't tell anyone. I'm going to do the same over here. Hopefully I hit my mark this time. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to draw down to my mark. So you have an upside down U in front of you. If you need to round it out a little bit more, erase. And you can round it out a little bit. Now, our bottom of our head. We're going to start right here, right on that middle fold, right in the center. And we're going to curve up slightly. So we're going to come up and curve up to that dot, and come up and curve up to that dot. So we're just going to curve up slightly. And curve up slightly. So when yours looks like mine, go ahead and give a thumbs up so that I know you're ready for the next step. Okay, the next thing, we're going to draw his ears. So his ears are actually made up of 3 lines. We're going to start with the top, we'll go to the bottom, and then we'll go into the middle. So we're going to start at the top of his head, and it's going to come up with a little bump, curve down with a little dip, and end up over here. So curve up, curve down, and way out there. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. They're going to look like really weird whiskers for a few minutes. So we're going to come up a little, curve it down, and curve it out. It's okay if they aren't even. I don't think mine are even. I think mine are a little lopsided. That's okay. We're going to next do the bottom of his ear. We're going to come down here to the bottom of our shape, our head shape, and we're going to curve up just a little bit, give him some of that earlobe, and then we're going to curve up and out. So starting here, we're going to curve up just a little bit, give him the bottom of that earlobe. Then we're actually going to come out around here and curve. So we're going to come up, we're going to curve over to the edge. I want you to make just a little mark where we finished our first line. And the reason we need that is because we're going to draw a line, the next one, right back from there. So before we draw this line, let's make that little mark over here. That way we know where to start the next one. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to start here, going to curve up just a little bit, give him that earlobe. Got to turn my paper, otherwise I can't draw. and up and over. Yeah, I really don't have his ears straight. That's okay. Last line. We're going to come down just a little bit. We're going to curve up and then touch over there. Curve up and touch over. We'll do the same thing to this side. Curve up and touch over. So when yours looks like mine, give me that thumbs up. When yours looks like mine, give me that thumbs up. Next, we're going to draw his body, or the wrap around his body, I should say, more like his clothes. So we're going to move to the bottom half now. We are not going to come all the way down here to the bottom. We're not going to come all the way down here. In fact, I want you to take 3 fingers. I want you to stick them on your paper and draw me a line right there where 3 fingers is. That way you know where you're stopping. So our body goes no further than that mark. So we're going to start with the right side. So his clothes follow this line. They're going to curve up under here with his ear, and then they're going to come just beyond our fold. They're going to curve down into our fold. They're not going to be very straight. They're going to be kind of wiggly. Then they're going to come out beyond our fold again and come over above our line. Now notice I overdrew, so I'm going to erase it. So you want to draw it over to the middle. Now remember, we don't go beyond that line. That line is the bottom. So now we're going to draw the left side. I'm going to turn my paper just so I have an easier time to draw. Just like with this side, which you can't see, there we go. Just like with this side, we come up and out of that corner of our head, curve with our ears, we go beyond the outside, or beyond our fold just a little bit. And then we're going to curve into our fold. We're going to come down with a very similar shape to that one. We're going to come out just a little bit. And this one is going to run into our bottom line. Now, Baby Yoda looks like he's kind of wrapped in a towel or wrapped in a cloak, so his left side overlaps his right. So that means it goes on top of. So when we draw the middle, we're going to come over here, and we're going to draw just a little bit down. Just a little bit down. And then this is going to be kind of a wiggly line that comes down and beyond. So I need to extend my bottom line here and erase my overdraw right here. Now, when your Baby Yoda looks like he's wrapped in a towel like mine, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So let's go ahead and finish his arms and give him his arms down here. And then we can go up and do his face. So arms first, then his face. So we're going to start on the right hand side. And you want to go a little less than halfway. You're going to be up a little bit closer towards the head for this part. And we're going to draw 2 lines. One's going to be almost straight across, one's going to be a little bit of an angle down. And then we're going to connect those 2 lines with a curved line. And we're going to connect the inside with another curved line. This one's not as drastic of a curve. Now, I'm going to erase this before I get confused. going to erase that center line before I get confused. Because we're going to be drawing a couple other lines in here, and I don't want to get confused, so I'm going to erase that. Then we're going to draw kind of a half circle shape right here. And that's going to be the opening where his hand's going to come out in just a second. So, there we have one arm. Now his hand, he's got 3 fingers, so we're going to keep this simple. Top part of his hand is going to come out right here, and we're going to kind of curve up. Then we're going to come out of about the middle of that shape, and then we're going to curve out. Now, can I see through his arm? No, so I'm going to erase that again, because I don't want to get confused. I don't want to get confused. So there's arm with a hand. We're going to give him almost triangle fingers. So 1, 2, by just drawing those down. There's 3. So when your arm and hand look similar to mine, give me a thumbs up so we can move on. So our left side, very similar to our right side. So we're going to start with a straight line at the top. If you want them to be roughly about the same height, start over here. Lightly take your pencil, move it across your paper, and there's your line. Same thing here. If you want this angled line to be about the same spot, set your pencil at the top, move it over slightly, and we're going to draw it right about there. Yep, pretty good. So now I'm going to draw this curve, only it's going to be going to the left. Then I'm going to draw this same inside curve, only it's going to curve to the right. And I'm going to erase that line before I get confused. Erase that line before I get confused. Now I'm going to draw that inside curve. And we're going to do his hands very much the same way. So from the top, we're going to come straight out. From about the middle, we're going to come straight out. Curve up. Curve out. Erase that line so we don't get confused. Angle down, angle up, angle down, angle up. And there are his hands. Let's get 2 details in his robe before we move on. I want you to draw me a curved line right here. And a little curve right there. That way it looks like he's got some movement or some thickness to his robe. So when you're ready to do his face, go ahead and give me that thumbs up so I know you're ready. Now his eyeballs are going to be football shaped. So we're going to draw the right side first. We're going to come up a little bit from the bottom of our face. And it's not going to be huge. It's not going to take up the whole side. We want to make sure we have space on both sides. So I want you to draw me up and over, down and over. And then you're going to do the same thing on the left side. Now, if this is a hard shape for you to draw, that's okay. It's not meant to be an easy shape. Eyes are hard to draw. So now we got this eerie looking guy in front of us because he's got empty eyeballs. Gonna make the top come up just a little bit more. There we go. Now we are going to make the inside part look like a circle. So we're just going to draw a circle shape on the inside. And we're going to do that on both of them. Draw a circle shape. Next, we're going to draw a smaller circle. And this, when you color, you're going to want to leave it white. So we're going to draw a smaller circle to the left on both his eyes. And like I said, you're going to want to leave that white. Color this all black, leave that white. Color this all black, leave that white. We're going to give him a cute little hump for a nose. And we're going to give him kind of a squiggly mouth. So it's going to be kind of an S shape on its side. So up and then down. He is not so certain. We need to give him some eyebrows and some wrinkles next. So give him 2 curves above his eyes. Let's make him a little bit more rainbow shape. Make him a little bit taller. A little bit more rainbow shape. Give him a U shape in the center. And then give him a bigger U. And then kind of roll it over on both sides. So there's baby Yoda. We do need to give him a planet to stand on though. So let's give him some ground. So I'm going to move my paper up so you can see the bottom. If you do need me to slow down, remember, tell Mrs. Miller, tell our sub. Okay, to the right side, you're just going to draw a line that comes out and kind of mountains up. You can do the same thing to the left-hand side. You want them to be about equal. You don't want it to be higher on one side, lower on the other. That looks silly. So take my pencil, kind of draw it over my body. Let's go up and then down on this side. If you want to draw some rocks, go ahead and you can draw a flat line at the bottom and then kind of make it look like it's got an edge to it or a rock shape to it. Curve a little bit on the bottom if you want. Make them look kind of like you've got clouds coming off the ground type of thing. So there's my rocks. If you want to add stars, you can add stars. A couple of different ways to draw stars. I'll show that on a separate piece of paper. So you can draw stars the normal way. And then erase the center or just trace the outside and color it solid. You could do little circles for stars, pretend that they are way far out there. You could draw a 4-pointed star, which is basically like taking 4 triangles and connecting them. Or you can also do a star like that. Any of these will work for stars if you want to draw stars in the sky. So that would be the last thing I would add, would be some stars to your sky. I'm going to do the circle one, just because I like the simplicity of it. But you may use any of the star ideas that I showed you. If you want to add a little planet in the background, go for it. The background area is kind of your free zone. You can add whatever you would like to it. Once you are done with your background, I want you to take your colors and you're going to have a little bit of time to color. I do want to see how yours turn out. So there's 2 ways for you to do that. I need you to either take a picture and post it. Well, there's 3 actually. I need you to take a picture and post it in Teams for me. You can do it in the art show-off space in our art teams. You can take a picture in Dojo and send it to me with a Dojo message. Or the other way is to email it to me. And if you go to your email, all you have to do is type in Bawden, B-A-W-D-E-N, and my name should pop up. If it doesn't, use one of the other ways. Okay, guys, I will see you next week in Zoom. I can't wait to see how your drawings turn out. I'm looking forward to some fun email and some fun messages on Teams. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.